Hey, Brigham with Drift. Today we're talking about the Standard Uninc. I loved this board. Before I get started, just wanted to say thanks to everybody who's been watching, subscribing, liking, commenting, all that good stuff. It's been a lot of fun getting on all these boards and sharing my thoughts with you. I would just ask a favor, if you like what we're doing and you want it to continue, subscribe, share with your friends. We're really trying to figure out if we want to keep doing this in the future. It is a lot of fun, but it's been expensive and time consuming as well. So we're kind of just trying to look ahead and see what we can do. If we can get the support level here on YouTube that it makes it worth continuing, we will. Let's get into the Standard Uninc. Check out my specs and my biases below so you know where I'm coming from as a rider. And I've got 5 things to tell you about this board. The first one is, so you have a full camber, fairly aggressive, stiffer all-mountain board here. But jumping on this thing, I went from the alternator to the Standard Uninc. And if you look at my alternator review, I liked it, but felt a little bit uncomfortable on it the whole time that I rode it. And at one point I jumped straight from that to this, which is really, kind of a similar board, right? It's a full camber pro model, kind of all mountain free ride. And I just felt so stable and so comfortable on this. It just felt amazing right out of the gate and the whole time I rode it. And I got this in a little bit of everything. So to me, this thing just kind of had a secret sauce that I love. This is an excellent option for riders with bigger feet. Yes does the Midbite tech, which I won't go into a ton of detail on it, but it's narrower between the feet and wider underfoot. So the waist width is a little bit deceiving because it's going to ride a little wider than that. For me, I like a little bit of a wider board. I love it. I love it on the normal standard. If you got a little bit bigger feet, this is an awesome option. I did the normal standard in a 159, and then I decided to try this in the 162. I was a little worried, especially going to the full camber, that this would feel like too much, but it was awesome. I could probably go either way, but I really liked it. The third thing that really impressed me was the float. I set this up on reference stance, basically close to a twin setup, and it's really just the tapered mid-bite with that wider nose and a little bit of a narrower tail. And for what it is, I mean, it's not going to stack up against like a full-on POW board, but for what it is, it just floats awesome. Like, I was so impressed with it. It's kind of silly to wonder how guys like Dustin Craven do what they do in natural selection, but riding this, I was like, oh, now I can see how he can float how he does in that terrain and then still be on a board that he can throw tricks on. So pretty cool. The fourth thing I would mention, do you need the Uninc version? It really just depends on how hard you want to go. The Standard is just an excellent all-around board. You can watch my review of that. I think it's underrated and one of the best all-around boards out there. And if you're riding a little more casually, or you're going to hit the park, or you just don't want to be on it all the time, that's a great option. But this one, it isn't a ton more aggressive. For a full camber board in this, kind of pro model range, I felt like it was on the more forgiving side, a little more relaxed than the Aviator 2.0, or like I said, the alternator. It's back here. Both of those are a little more aggressive than this. So in the realm of some of the full camber, kind of pro model level boards that I've been on recently, this one's a little bit more forgiving. Maybe just a little less aggressive in the camber. So I probably don't need the Uninc all the time, but I did really like it. I think in the end, if you are looking for one board to do it all and you like to go pretty hard most of the time, man, I think this is really hard to beat. Awesome bass glide. The graphics super cool. It is a little cooler looking from a distance. The original artwork that Dustin used, it was one of his friends from when he was younger. The drawings are way cool. It's not quite as cool looking up close, but you know, I love how the board looks. I love the feel of the top sheet and everything. Bass flies. It's just, I was stoked about this one, as you can tell. This will be one I'm going to hang on to. So that's the Yes Standard Uninc. Check it out. Let us know if you got any questions or comments.